Yeah, I was across the games last season, or the couple, last couple of seasons.
And is it quite odd then now to go in and have a close up view and be getting into the dugout? Do you expect this fixture to offer something a bit different?
You do look. I think the hype and the hysteria around the game itself is probably the element that makes it a little bit different. I think there's an expectation that then transfers onto the pitch. For me, the preparation this week has not changed. We've not went about our business any differently than we would have done last week against Motherwell or the week previous against Hearts. It's the early part of the season just now. For me, it's about that consistency across the board and the consistency in the messages that we're delivering, how we plan and prepare and analyse for the opposition, and how we look to try and reflect on our moments from past games and experiences that we can take forward and ultimately put a team out in the pitch on Sunday that's ready to compete and ready to try and win the game. So I'm looking forward to the fixture. I'm interested to see if it feels any different when you're standing in the dugout. But the reality for me is, my full focus will be on the players on the pitch and looking at the ones behind me that are ready to come on and do a job. So I'm excited for it. I think the players are really up for it. I think it's a good opportunity for us as well at this stage of the season to go again and get another gauge for where we're at and how much information we've taken on physically where we're at as a team. And it gives us an opportunity to learn and grow as a group.
It's 18 months since Celtic last beat Rangers. Now, obviously, that predates your arrival at the club, but do you have a sense of that within the dressing room, that there's just a real confidence going into these games just because they've prevailed across so many of them?
Yeah, look, I don't even know if that will be on the radar too much, if I'm honest. I think as players, you are more focused on the game in front as opposed to the, past however many that have gone previously that they've come out on top. I might use it as part of my team talk now that you've brought it to my attention. But as you can understand, everything just now probably feels pretty new and pretty fresh, and the players are in that mindset as well. We've not tried to set the bar too high in terms of our expectations, and I think it would be unrealistic for me to do that to the players as well whilst it's still in an infantry stage and we're all getting to know each other and understand where we're at. So what I'm looking for from them on Sunday is a Rangers team that is I've said previously, are ready to compete, that are ready to embrace the challenge, that are going to go and take the game to Celtic and look to try and take as many positives from our own performance as we possibly can. We understand where the league is at and how competitive it's going to be. So in this early stage, it gives you a real good chance to understand your opponents and how things might shape up as time goes on.
One last one, Alison, then BBC, please.
Do you see these games as being definitive when it comes to the title race?
Say that again, sorry, Alison.
Do you see these games and maybe the games against Glasgow City as being definitive when it comes to the title race?
No, I think we've got to give enormous respect to the league just now. We've drawn against Hearts at Ibrox. I think Hibs, in terms of their position from last season, I think Celtic and everything that Elena's trying to do, of course, they're growing, we're growing, and every other team under that is doing their absolute best. In any one-off game, I think you get teams that can go toe-to-toe this season. But for us, it doesn't matter who we play against. It's about the consistency levels across the season. And any team that is the most consistent across the season, regardless of who they play against, will be the team that comes out on top at the end of the season. So again, that's very much our focus. That's the way we will look at it. Doesn't matter who it is that we play. It's the same 3 points that are up for grabs.
Okay, thanks, Alison. BBC,
Yes.
please.
Hey Leanne, how are you?
Hey, I'm good.
So just wanted to ask, first of all, you're a month in, what are your early thoughts on being head coach, and are you kind of getting used to it?
Yeah, it's been really good. A kind of busy whirlwind period certainly coming in the door. Only 10 days and then straight into the domestic season, so there's not been too much time to really stop and dwell or take stock too much. I'm hoping maybe at the international break there might be a chance to draw breath. But that's not anytime soon. So no, the challenge of the job is everything that I thought it would be. The people within the building have been outstanding in terms of their reception and welcoming me in and going above and beyond, to give me everything. And I really mean that in terms of the playing group. So there's been a lot of change. It's not been the most straightforward summer for everybody here. But no, we're in a really good place at this stage.
And you touched on there, like with your punditry before, you've obviously spent a long time being a pundit. How have you kind of used like your views on the players' formations and tactics previously to kind of bring that in to you now doing it for yourself?
I probably don't lean too much on the punditry side of things. That's one part of life that gave me an opportunity to speak about football and offer opinions. I think what I've tapped into most is my career in the game, my time as a player, the coaching pathway that I've come through within Scotland, the different experiences and managers that I've worked under, coaches, both head coaches, assistant coaches, the environments, everything they tried to create, trying to take the good stuff, eliminate the bad stuff, the things that you would do differently. And that's been, very much what I've looked to try and do in terms of that consistency. Before I came in the door here, I had a really clear idea and methodology and how I want the game to be played and what I think it should look like and how all those behaviours around that should align. It's going to take a bit of time before that absolutely, clicks and becomes the perfect thing. And I'm not sure in football that you get there. But no, there's been lots of experiences in life up until this point that have put me in a pretty good position to walk in the door and lead this group.
And I know it's so early in the season, we've touched on that, but how important would it be to lie down that early marker so early in the season? If you could get a win, you would leapfrog Celtic. So is it a game essentially you don't want to lose?
No, look, it's a game that we'll embrace. We're really looking forward to the challenge. I'm excited to see what the Old Firm fixture looks like. I'm interested to see how the two teams match up against one another. It'll give me a much better understanding of where the group here are at and the things that we need to work on, the things that we need to improve. Also, the transfer window still open. We're looking to try and strengthen the squad. So if nothing else, it will certainly reinforce the things that I already think about the group and where we can improve, and the things that we're doing really well so far, because the performances that they've given in different moments, they've had to respond in certain situations and scenarios, and I've been really proud, and pleased to see all that happen so quickly in the season. So Sunday's just another opportunity for me to get a better look at the group, and I think psychologically for them, you're right, I think an Old Firm game certainly makes it, for maybe 24 hours after it, you come away with bragging rights, perhaps. But for us, whether we win the game or we don't, it will give us a better understanding of where we're at for the season ahead.
One more and then Gabs, please.
That's okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Gabs, can you have two quick ones, please, Gabs?
Hi, Leanne. Just on that, I know you're trying to downplay the importance of this one fixture. Everything's 3 points, but I'm assuming when you took this job, these are the kind of games you took the job for, yeah?
Absolutely. Look, I've already said I'm really looking forward to the fixture. The hysteria around the fixture, as we know, growing up in the East End of Glasgow, for me personally, I absolutely get it. But my job when I'm here now and when I'm at the heart of it is to be level, is to be composed, and is to be focused on the job, and that's all I can do. It's all I can ask the players and the staff to do, is to treat it with the respect that the fixture deserves, absolutely, because it's a huge fixture against one of our biggest rivals. But the reality is it is 3 points on Sunday, and that is the focus. It would be the same regardless of who we play against. And the consistency factor for me just now is much more important than the fixtures and the opposition that we come up against. It's more about Rangers, it's about this team and how we can improve week on week. And as I've already mentioned, the signs so far for me have been really good. I think we've still got a long way to go to being that finished article, and Sunday will be a really good gauge to understand where we're at.
Just finally, for you on a personal level, how do you think it's going to feel walking out as a Rangers manager in an Old Firm game? Is it something that you didn't even dream of when you were younger, or has it been your drive for a number of years now, Leanne, as a player and then going into your management?
Yeah, look, it's a fixture that I've been in the periphery for a long, long time. Come up against both sides, obviously, as an opposition player, and now to be in here and to understand it a little bit better, I totally get it, and I'm really proud to have said that when I came in the door. But again, it's not about me, it's not about my emotions come Sunday. I'm striving to be as consistent as this club needs me to be. And that's all I can do. Again, I'll respect it immensely. It's great. I'm really looking forward to it. I can't echo that enough, as the players are. We all are in the building. There's no better week to prepare for. So we'll see what it brings. Maybe we'll have a different opinion on it next week.